Have you ever thought about opening your own mobile cart or kiosk business? Maybe the facility you manage could establish new revenue by adding coffee, food, or retail services. Cart King International can be the answer to your needs. Cart King is a North American designer and manufacturer of the finest mobile coffee, food, and retail carts and kiosks. Cart King has been working with clients and corporations across North America for 20 years, providing innovative designs, custom manufacturing, and timely delivery. Carts and kiosks are fun, and so are the dozens of designs on our website. Please visit us today at www.cart-king.com or just call us at 1-877-986-7771 and get your sales rolling.
If you find yourself in need of legal representation, it can be a very stressful time in your life. In my career, I have dealt with thousands of lawyers, I've dealt with thousands of law firms, and I can confidently recommend to you Keith M. Davidson at kmdlaw.com. Available 24 hours, 7 days a week. Just log into kmdlaw.com. That's kmdlaw.com. Or you can call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. That's 833-4KMD-LAW. Personal injury, wrongful death, STDs, sexual assault, car accidents. They handle it all efficiently and professionally. It doesn't matter how imposing the opposition may be, because the team at kmdlaw.com are battle-tested and fierce. They will not stop until justice prevails. Go to kmdlaw.com or call toll-free 833-4KMD-LAW. If you're in for the fight of your life, stop screwing around and contact KMD Law. PureSoapFlakes.com, 218-568-2525. Have you ever heard of Castile Soap? Pure Soap Flake Company handcrafts fine soap bars, laundry powder, and concentrated soap flakes using organic vegetable oils from their northern Minnesota facility. Bathe your body and wash your clothes with Pure Soap products that are free of fragrance, GMOs, palm oil, sodium lauryl sulfate, and synthetic additives. Keep it clean, folks. Pure Soap Flake Company products are kind to living creatures and sensitive skin, safe for drains and waterways, and work great in high-efficiency washers and top and front-loading machines. They have a little promotion going on. Contact them to order some soap. Mention the Opperman Report. You're going to get a free gift. They're going to send a little extra soap, travel size, soap bars and laundry soap, cleaning soap flakes. I've been using that stuff all day long today. Great stuff. Order today at puresoapflakes.com or give them a call, 218-568-2525, 218-568-2525. Pure Soap Flake Company is a proud member of the Handcrafted Soap and Cosmetic Guild. Is your credit in bad shape? Do you need a new car? Ready to buy a new house? You want to rent an apartment? Are you going to apply for a job? Any one of these activities, they're going to ask for a credit report and then check out your credit score. Let Dynamic Solutions 2 erase your negative credit remarks. You go to www.dynamicsolutions2, that's the number 2.com, or call 424-888-2820. Now, if you enter promo code ED or you mention Ed Opperman, you get a 10% discount. How's that? You get a free consultation, all negative items removed, get back in positive credit position. Dynamic Solutions 2, life-changing dynamic financial solutions.
It's the Opperman Report. Join digital forensic investigator and PI Ed Opperman for an in-depth discussion of conspiracy theories, strategy of New World Order resistance, high-profile court cases in the news, and interviews with expert guests and authors on these topics and more. It's the Opperman Report. And now, here is investigator Ed Opperman.
Okay, welcome to the Opperman Report. I'm your host, private investigator Ed Opperman. And we got our studio up. Okay, we got the new studio up finally. I got it all working. We got the what do you call it? The Skype. We'll be able to record interviews starting up again. Probably tomorrow. I'm going to probably start right away with Mr. Stephen Hoffenberg, the business partner and mentor of convicted child molester Jeffrey Epstein. Now, we could not have gotten all this done without a lot of people I want to thank. One guy is Ed Parnell, who is this gentleman over in England who has been helping with the editing and the audio enhancement and stuff like that, plugging in the commercials, taking out the old commercials, putting in the new commercials. He's over there in England, right? And his internet is so slow that in order to upload these shows back to me, he has to go to the library. And now with this coronavirus, he's actually driving to the library and sitting in his car out in front of the library using their Wi-Fi. Okay, so Ed, I can't thank you enough. God bless you. Our other sound man, Shane, over in Ireland, has issues as well, medical issues with his health and stuff like that. So he's been helping, but he's out of commission. The guy's suffering and struggling. I also want to thank Shane very much for all the help he's given us over the years. Dedicated work, hours and hours and hours a week. New young man who just came to my house yesterday, Mr. Jesse Fontaine, who works at Sam Ash down here in Bradenton, who worked at the house with me for 2 days straight, getting the equipment put together. And I ordered some new equipment, too. And we have it all running on a new computer. It's kind of funny, too, because at the last second tonight, just as I was about to broadcast, because I'm on a new computer, and I have my notes. My notes would be all the way at the other end of the room. I said, oh, my God, what do I do? So I had to move the mic right a few seconds before the show. And I want to thank our loyal sponsors, Christine over at PureSoapFlakes.com. And by the way, you can use that soap, too. You can add a little, some additives. We're going to have her back on the show because there's some ways to turn it into what do you call it, to a desanitizer, too, as well. Billy Mays and Billy over at DynamicSolutions2.com, the credit repair company. Keith M. Davidson Law Firm, KMDLaw.com. If you need a good lawyer, personal injury case like that, get a hold of Keith Davidson. And our newest sponsor that I want to thank for helping us get set up here is Aquadam, aquadam.net. A flooded home is never easy to deal with. You're left with the mess to clean up, trying to get the insurance company to pay for all the damages, not to mention the memories. Or if it's your business, the lost income that are lost that you cannot replace. Now, to those that live in flood-prone and hurricane-prone areas, which is just around the corner, prepare now. Visit aquadam.net and see how they can help you prepare to avoid flood damage this season and every season hereafter. And Aquadam can be another tool in your arsenal to protect your home and property from the floodwaters. A cofferdam, using water to control water, that can protect your home, business, and neighborhood like a dam, but without the beavers. Okay, now what this is, it's like a big, giant rubber tube. They fill it up with water, and it can surround a whole freaking neighborhood. When the floodwaters rise, it can't get over this because it's like 6 foot tall. It can't get over the dam. You can put it around a house. You can put it around a business, around a church. All these kind of places that flood year after year. My church back in Vegas used to flood every big storm, you know. And if they could just invest in something like this, you know, they would have to shut down year after year. What do? You get a bunch of 100 guys out there with sandbags? This is 2020. Okay? So, and I'll give Aquadam a call. 707-764-2119. Or look them up online at aquadam.net. They're also on Facebook at Aquadam Inc. So call or email them today. Now, do me a big favor and go to Aquadam Inc. on Facebook and give them a like, okay, so that they'll see they're getting something for their money that they're investing here with the Opera Report. Also, they're offering 10% off to anyone who mentions they heard about them on Opperman Reports. So give them a call there. First thing it says, mention Ed Opperman. You get a good deal, which is true anywhere you go, let me tell you. Hey, we're only broadcasting looks on one channel, but let's see how this goes. I'm going to listen to this in a little while. Was it just in a little noise there? Okay. There we go. I'm getting set up here, you know. We're still working on stuff. Take out some of the bugs. Where's my notes? Where are my notes? There we go. Okay. So a little update going on here. What's going on in our lives. Vic's back from college. They canceled her school up in D.C., so she's here taking classes from home. And she's kind of, bummed out about it, too. But on the other hand, it's pretty cool because you can take these classes on her laptop and she's listening. And she bought this paint set with this big easel and paints and stuff like that. So she's painting during class, over there in the other room. Now, me, I'm not doing so well. I told you last week we bought this couch and I blew out my bicep moving this couch. And our medical system is hopeless, because I do have some kind of medical insurance through the state of Nevada, but it's no good down here. So and I can't apply for an insurance down here because I can't get a driver's license because the DMV is closed. So, I'm trying to deal with this. It's just a nightmare. So I got to figure out some way to get to a doctor because this could be doing permanent damage to my arm. And if you saw this arm, it's black. Not black and blue. Man, I got a big black arm here. It's all swollen. Big mess, big mess, big mess. So, but we're all going to be suffering with our miserable medical system soon enough. Anyway, back to what's going on. I'll get to coronavirus and all that stuff. See, part of the problem, too, when you're writing these notes to do a show is all anybody's talking about all week long is the coronavirus. So unless I want to spend an hour talking about coronavirus, and nobody wants to hear that, trust me, everyone's sick of hearing about that, But what came up this week? I replayed a show this week about Michael Blutrich, who wrote the book about how I founded Scores, that hottest strip club, and became the greatest FBI informant of all time. So I'm going to tell you what's going on with that, okay? Why did I have... I've mentioned in the past, I've said to you, you got to pay attention to what I'm doing. All right, and I know there's a lot of people who pay attention to what I'm doing. They do it on radio. Okay? But I mean people that are really clued into what I'm up to here. The method to my madness. And a lot of times, I'll have a guest on the show or a topic just because I got one question for them. I got one thing in the back of my mind I need to find out from this person. Okay? And at the time, when I did that interview, the Scores interview was around 2016. Now, what did I have going on in 2016? The Jeffrey Epstein case. And there was a component to that investigation, the lawsuit against Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump, the Katie Doe, the Katie Johnson, the Jane Doe lawsuit that everybody refers to, where there was an element of that investigation that involved Scores. I needed to identify someone who worked at Scores. Okay? There's a connection to the Epstein case, to this Blutrich case. Okay? That much I can say. All right? So I brought him on because I was trying to pick his brain about some things I needed to find out from Scores. I also contacted a lot of other people. Davida Kelly worked at Scores. I asked her about it. Also, another guest on the show, NYPD cop, did these crime tours. I contacted him. So there's a lot going on. And I keep telling people, if you go back and listen to all those shows, there's a lot of stuff I talk about on those shows that I can't talk about now. Okay? So I knew when I was interviewing Michael Blutrich, okay, and if you listen to that interview, you could tell by my interview, I studied his book backwards and forward. I knew the whole book because I'm investigating the guy, all right? And I bring him on the show, and, very friendly to me. The way you interview someone friendly, you don't bring a guy and start interrogating him. You interview him friendly. You get more information out of him. The guy thinks we're buddies. And I'm picking his brain, and I'm trying to develop a relationship with him so that after the show I can call him back and say, hey, I need access to the Scores database. What can you do for me? Can you help me out here? But what I can tell you is this. Okay, first of all, had I been associated with Keith Davidson and KMDlaw.com, at that time, this lawsuit against Blutrich, who is now being sued, because what happened was, back in 1982, he got a hold of these little 11-year-old kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, all right? Because he worked for this nonprofit, the YMYHA of Brighton, Manhattan Beach in the 80s, right? And he was a benefactor over there. He was a coach and a benefactor to get around these kids. And he would target these little boys and go after them and give them gifts and money and stuff like that, alcohol and stuff, and then molest them. And then there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of incidents of kids being molested by this guy. So what I can tell you is this: there would be no lawsuit had I not done that interview, okay? Because people came forward to me, and I directed them what to do. Now, had I had this relationship that I have today, that would be my lawsuit. I would have ran the whole thing. but I just made some referrals. By the way, too, it's very interesting to know that Bluetrich was a one-time law partner of Andrew Cuomo.